All right, we're here tonight at Ravenwood, Brentwood, for the big Battle of the Wood. I'm here with Doug Capella, getting ready for this game to go. Doug, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's a little colder than the last broadcast.
Yeah.
Although what they will tell you is it's football weather tonight in Tennessee. It's a crisp, I would say, high 40s, maybe low 50s for kickoff. The Raptors won the toss and elected to receive. And so we are going to be underway here before you can get that sip of that hot chocolate. Kick is up. That's going to go into the end zone. And Clarke, I feel like we're programmed in two different directions. High hopes on both sides. But Brentwood's going to have to probably play a pretty clean game, win the turnover battle.
Yeah.
And run the ball well if they're going to want to sneak out of Ravenwood with a win tonight.
They're going to have to control the clock definitely on all the offensive side because Ravenwood's offense is very high-powered with their dual quarterbacks. Both of them going Division I, one going to Navy, one going to Boston College, obviously. And so they can score and can score quickly. And so if Brentwood does not do something on defense, which Brentwood's known for is their defense, this could be a quick game that could get out of hand.
So Femi Babalola, your first quarterback, design QB run. He's got some space in the middle. Brentwood collapses.
He's still picked up 7 right there. And that's one of the things that Coach Rodriguez talked about was the strength of Brentwood's defense was the line and how they like to control it. And so if Ravenwood's able to run, even with the quarterback or the running back, it's going to be a long day for Brentwood.
So you got Babalola, the other quarterback, as mentioned, Maverick Chance, the Navy commit. He's more of your Swiss Army knife, plays several different positions. He can catch the ball, run the ball, and, of course, play QB and throw it a little bit as well.
Yeah. Babalola is more of the drop back. I mean, he's a big kid and can run, but he's got a strong arm. We called a game against Ravenwood Franklin, and we saw firsthand how strong of an arm he's got.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 215, and he definitely can dot the I on them longer passes. Took him a quarter, if I recall, to kind of settle down against Franklin. So out of the pistol, looks like, is Babalola.
Well, last time we saw them, Chance started. So it's kind of, it doesn't really matter when you've got two quarters like that. You can kind of pick and choose, which most programs do not have. Well done by Brentwood there.
So Ravenwood comes out early and tries to establish the ground game, 2 designed quarterback runs. And so that's just something, Clarke, that they probably saw on film of let's get the run game going, see what we can do from the quarterback position. But now, like you said, second and about 9 for the Raptors. And Babalola here is going to operate out of the shotgun.
One of the things Coach Finch said when we were watching the Independence game, Coach Breece and I were calling it, is he said they've got a couple players that play both sides of the ball on the offensive defensive line. And so if Ravenwood can establish that run, it could wear those players down.
And so another name you're going to hear tonight was the ball carrier there, 20, Caden Pace.
Yeah.
He's their workhorse, the guy they're going to go to on the ground when it's not Babalola or Maverick Chance, rather.
Well, it's kind of a nice position to be that running back in a program like this because most people are not watching you once the ball is snapped.
So this is about where Brentwood's going to want Ravenwood. 3rd and a little bit behind the chains, 3rd and 5. And so this is probably going to force Ravenwood into a passing situation.
Timeout here, Coach.
And there's a timeout. So Brentwood definitely bringing the hype on the side of that field. Defense looking alive. Ravenwood, I dare say, is a little bit flat on this first drive.
It seems like it. You would have thought that they would have tested them with a pass down the field with as good as Babalola is, but I think that you're saying is if they can get a long established drive here that is a run-focused drive, it can open up a lot more later in the game.
You're exactly right, Clarke. And what they can do in the first quarter is going to set the pace for what happens in the 3rd and 4th quarter. If they can wear them down, grind out yards, put up 14, 20 points in the first half all on the ground, they're going to wear this Brentwood D down in this crisp night air. But we'll see. Here we are, 3rd and 5. So they're going 4 wide for Babalola, who has not swapped out at quarterback. Pace is your running back.
Shift.
Babalola takes a snap, well protected, has a clean pocket. He's going to try to run
collapsed on
for it.
him really well. Brentwood, very well done.
Yep. So Babalola kept it, had some space, but looked like he just kind of fell.
Yeah.
Turf Monster got him, and it's going to be 4th and about, call it 4.5. He got maybe a half a yard on the play. I didn't even see the down marker move at all.
You know, this is exactly what Brentwood wants. Control the game, get the offense off the field early, and then they can get the ball and just do a little pound and ground and control that clock.
Brentwood back at their own 30. Punt
Good.
goes high. No fair catch. He's going to run to the 30.
You get about 4 or 5
down
yards.
at the 35. That's going to be number 4 on the return for Brentwood. Brody Peace.
Yeah.
So huge win right there for Brentwood. Opening drive for Ravenwood falls flat, and Brentwood's going to take over at about the 35. Not bad starting field position for their first drive.
You know, I would suspect, though, that they're not, Ravenwood's at this point in the game not too worried about going 3 and out being so early. I mean, their offense is so high-powered that they're going to have a lot more chances.
That's right. They're playing chess right now. They're seeing what they can do, what's going to work.
Yep.
Brentwood 2 wide with 2 flex backs out of the shotgun. Sends a man in motion. It's going to be a quick pitch. That's going to be Peace again, and he's brought down immediately by number 95 for Ravenwood. But there's a flag on the play, probably in the neighborhood of a face mask.
So that was Sam Rohan there with the came in and made a big tackle.
And that's exactly the call, face mask on Ravenwood. So Rohan blew it up.
Yeah.
But
I mean, such a good play, and just, you know, I'm sure there was no intent on that. It just happens, but that's, you know, go from a huge positive to a negative.
That's right. So instead of 2nd and 15, they're going to have 1st and an additional 15 going the opposite way. I haven't seen them spot the ball yet. They're still discussing the play. There is a 5-yard and a 15-yard variety in high school, just to make it a little more confusing. But they did call the personal foul, so.
And that spotted the foul.
And he's jogging it off, getting his steps in as the official.
Not a first, but it definitely helps.
Not a first, but.
Still first, but.
1st and 2 is a lot better than 2nd and 15.
Absolutely.
So the quick toss to Peace was blown up, but the penalty moves him up. So Gavin Strang, we talked about him in our prior broadcast, just a sophomore for Brentwood. It's a lot for a kid that age to command a high school offense at this size program, but here he is, 2 wide stacked on the bottom of the screen. It's going to be a handoff to Peace. Peace got some room.
Oh, a lot of room there.
Correction, that's 15, Jay Sharp. Jay Sharp on the carry. Brentwood's feeling good, Clarke.
Absolutely. You control that line, and that's what Coach Finch talked about, and Nelson Rodriguez talked about that. He said their game is based at the line, and that they're gonna have to really do something about it. And early on, Ravenwood's not done anything.
Well, and that was one of the keys that I was alluding to. If Brentwood can control the line of scrimmage, they're going to be able to hang around with this Ravenwood offense because they're going to get the game to go much quicker and control the time of possession. Out of the shotgun is Strang. Dropping back. Screen pass right there. 15 down the sideline again. That's Jay Sharp.
One of the things they don't have to worry about with the quarterback from Brentwood, Gavin Strong, is that he is tall. He's 6'5". He can see over the line. He's got plenty of vision. And so he's going to make those little passes that on the flats pretty simple.
Clarke, I'd like to be 6'5" right now. We have a crew up here of several broadcasting teams.
Yeah. I'm a Diego Pavia 5'10", so I'm really losing.
Strike the hide him there, Clarke. Strike the hide. So here we go. Brentwood 4 wide, single back set. Strang takes a snap, looking to pass again.
Great pick.
Rolls out, rolling, looking downfield. Has a guy on the sidelines.
Yeah.
That's going to be caught for another Brentwood first down.
And that's Parker Emerson. He's their all-world kind of guy. He does everything for them. He was hurt for a couple games, came back against the Independence team, and really made a big difference. He is their leader. He's only a junior, but he is one of the players that they really look to.
So just like that, they've swapped 35-yard lines, and they are now in Ravenwood territory, close to the red zone here. 2 wide out of the shotgun is Strang, man in motion. Got a heavy set to the left side of the line. Strang takes a snap, and that's where the handoff goes. Does Jay Sharp to that double tight side on the left. Picks up about 3 on the play.
That's Parker Case. They talked about him in the coaches show. He played a lot last game against Independence. He's only a freshman, but they said he might be one of those kind of players that really surprises somebody this game and makes a big play. It's a big game for a freshman to be in.
So good balance of run and pass here for Brentwood on this first drive. Got 2 wide to the bottom of the screen. Single back set for Strang. Takes a snap. He's looking downfield. Pressured by Ravenwood. Has some room to run. And he's just going to slide right at about the original line of scrimmage. Smart move as Ravenwood was closing in rather quickly.
You know, one of the things we haven't talked about, as you said, they're getting, within field goal ranges. Both of these teams have a very good kicking game. I doubt we're going to see any kind of kickoff return because both those kickers put it in the back of the end zone. And so if we come down to a field goal, there's no team that has an actual advantage over the other.
So 3rd and long is not ideal for Brentwood. 2 wide, heavy set again on the left side of the line for Strang. Takes a snap.
Played a little conservative. Oh, he gets met right there.
And he's going to be stacked in the backfield rather.
By number 7, Matt Anderson.
Isaac Carano. Jay Sharp. Got 2 number 15s here.
Well, Matt Anderson, he is a candidate for Mr. Football in Tennessee. So you got 2 quarterbacks that are going D1, and you got a linebacker who's a possible Mr. Football at Tennessee. That's not too bad on both sides of the ball.
That's right. So like you said, they're kicking it from the 41. That's going to be a 51-yard field goal attempt here for Brentwood.
Breece and I saw him last week, and he was hitting these. Now, it's different when you're practicing, but that's a lot of leg, and it is.
Kick is up. That is good, folks.
Plenty of distance.
It is not every day you see a 51-yard field goal in high school football. Tennessee Volunteers could have used that kid in Georgia.
Well, we saw that at halftime of the last game where he was out there. And, of course, there's nobody rushing at him, so it's a little bit easier. But he was hitting 55, 56 yards, pretty simple. And so that one had plenty of distance.
That's worth $500,000 on the pregame show on Saturday.
That'll get you a scholarship from Vanderbilt right there. I mean, a degree from Vanderbilt.
Well, so Brentwood on their first drive does come away with points. Stalled a little bit around the 35. But I think against Ravenwood, you're going to need 7s, not 3s, if you're going to want to leave with a win.
You're right. But they did a good job mixing it up, kind of put the defense on the back heels, not knowing what was coming at them. But once they got down after the 30, which, play calling changes a little bit once you get inside the 30 of what you can do, we saw Ravenwood kind of toughen up and stop them.
That's right. They clamped it down. It's bend but don't break, as we call that. And so Brentwood locked it down. And so here we are, Ravenwood about to receive their second kickoff of the night. I'm going to guess this is going to be a repeat of the first into the end zone. And
I would be surprised.
Well, this is high.
And it's in.
Oh, and there it goes. I was tricked by the lights. That bounced in the back of the end zone, and that's a touchback.
We got 4:07 left in the first. So, again, that clock, when it runs and runs like it did in the first, that is all for Brentwood. But in the end, it doesn't matter because Ravenwood, like we've talked about before, has got such a high-powered offense, they can score at any moment.
Clarke, the bigger question is, are you and Susan ready to fall back?
We are never ready to fall back. The darker it gets.
If my wife is listening, I just sent her into a deep depression.
I might as well go to sleep right now because once the sun goes down, it's hard for me to stay awake.
Ravenwood, there you go, Chance.
They got a chance to go. Oh, good defense right there, stringing it out by Brentwood.
Good job sealing the edge there by Brentwood. Forced the back to go out of bounds. Number 20 on the carry. That's going to be Caden Pace. But Maverick Chance on the pitch in at quarterback. I guess they're just taking turns with drives right now as he is still in at quarterback. And so Chance, he looks more like a Navy quarterback.
He does. Yeah.
Built solid throughout, not overly tall, can run the football well. I'll tell you what, Clarke, Brentwood is dominating up front on both sides of the ball right now. 2 runs and very minimal gain for this Raptor offense.
And that was Atticus Jugovic, number 70, who wrapped him up real quick and took him down for just about a yard.
Another run like that, we're going to have to rename from High Octane to 87.
So what do you do now, because you have more of the running quarterback in here when you're obviously in passing?
That's right, Maverick Chance. Now he can throw it.
Oh, absolutely
Maverick Chance can throw the ball for sure.
I don't mean to disparage his passing ability.
So we'll see, and there he goes. He's back to pass. Looking, he's running with a flick of the wrist. He just threw the ball about 40 yards downfield, but that was just to get rid of it, I think.
There's a flag, though. It looks like it might be a late hit on Brentwood.
Yeah, when the defender's thrown his hands up in the air, that looks like the official flagged him on that. We'll see. Yeah. They're discussing. That would be an awful, awful break. It's one of the things I said. Brentwood has to play a clean game, and they can't make mistakes like that.
Caden Pace with number 20 was walking off the field without his helmet on, so I'm not sure what happened, but it's a personal foul.
Personal foul, and that's exact.
Coach Finch will not be happy with that.
They just went from 4th and 8 in a punting situation to a first down on just a bonehead penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, Chance threw that ball 20 yards over any receiver in the area just to get rid of it. And now life again. And if this comes back to bite them, it's exactly what I talked about. Brentwood they don't have the dogs to compete with Ravenwood like that.
No. One of the things Coach Rodriguez said, which surprised me, not really, because they've got 110 kids on the sidelines, is they only have one player that plays on both sides of the ball. Where that's hard for you to find in a high school program, to only find one.
Raptors got 3 wide. It's going to be a handoff straight up the middle. Still running. That's going to be a first down. That's a gain of 13 for the Raptors. Just right down the throat of the Brentwood defense.
Like you said, that's not what Brentwood wants after that. They thought they had him down 4th, 3 and out kind of thing, but it's Brentwood having to step up right now and make a play.
So really no rhyme or reason on how they're using Babalola and Chance, other than they each get a series, I suppose, or a drive.
There's a
Chance throwing it deep. 10 yards too deep, though. Had a man maybe with a step on the outside.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, he's
just
got
threw
an arm.
55
I was
yards.
going to say, he has no problem throwing it long. Now, his accuracy might be a problem, but he's got an arm on him.
Yeah, he put about as much effort into that as me sliding on a pair of hay dudes. He just flicked that thing 55 yards.
It did not look like there was much
if
effort
all things
in
were
that.
so easy.
Yeah.
So here we are, 2nd and 10, 4 wide for Chance. Back in motion. Chance looking, has his safety valve covered up, throws to the sideline. Good pass and catch there.
Yeah.
13 on the catch. That's Cruz Kelly. Coach, it doesn't get more accurate than that one. Had a little comeback route on the sideline and rolling out. Chance hits him on the numbers. First down, keeps the drive rolling.
You like to see that with a quarterback rolling out and the accuracy right there. I mean, he didn't think twice about it. And Brentwood's doing a decent job of getting some pressure on. They just can't get to him in time.
Well, and neither team has sent pressure. It's all with their front. Ravenwood has 4 wide. We'll see if Brentwood changes that up. They look like they got some outside pressure coming. No, they just send their 4.
Somebody missed something, but he missed a wide open receiver.
Yeah, I would say if he keeps throwing errant passes, we may see Babalola come check back in. He had him wide open about 20 yards downfield on the sideline and threw that into the track.
And there was a lot of room to run afterwards, and that's too bad for Ravenwood, because that could have been close to a touchdown possibly.
I just can't underscore the velocity that ball had to the sideline. I mean, throwing from one half of the field to the other, that was about a 40-yard throw he just made to the sideline with no effort.
And to be not known as there's a lot of space there.
Quick pass out to number 1 on the side. That's going to be Cy Longley. Gain of about 18 on the play. And again, Coach, he just threw that ball to the sideline, and it went about 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's just impressive.
You know, Baron Langford from Brentwood was over there. He's a linebacker. He is all over the place. Well, what we saw against Independence, and I mean, to go from the linebacker position to get down the field and help make that tackle, you will see him be everywhere tonight.
Looks like Ravenwood's going to leave 3 wide in. A couple personnel switches here. Oh, another unsportsmanlike conduct. Wow. I didn't even see a flag.
I didn't either. And these are penalties that just make the coaches so mad because they're just not necessary.
Well, and for Ravenwood, that's a face mask that they knocked them back.
Yeah.
And then unsportsmanlike on a gain of 18. Now, it was after the play, I'm assuming, so it'll be a spot foul, and I'll move them back.
Maybe it was a little bit of taunting or something after the catch. I'm not sure, but you just can't have that.
He might be taunting from the sidelines if the coach can see it. So irregardless, 1st and 10 on the Brentwood 35, 4 wide with stacked receivers at the hash. Chance still in there, throws a quick pass to the other side of the field.
Good
14
block.
Makes a man miss. I'll tell you what, the turf monster is in full effect down there. That's the 3rd time tonight I've seen a ball carrier just fall.
And it's too bad because number 17, I'm going to call him out for Ravenwood. Drew Parker made a nice block that he opened it up. If he didn't slip, could have had more.
2nd and about 6 for the Raptors. On the ball they go. Same stacked formation just to the tall side of the field. Other side they swap. This one's a handoff, and he's going to be met.
Yeah, he didn't go anywhere.
By the Brentwood line of scrimmage. So you're not going to hear 23 on the tackle, but 23 moved his man into the running back. Yeah. 23 for Brentwood. That's going to be Evan McComas Jr. Just pushed that guard back into the play and allowed the other Bruins to come clean up that run. So 3rd and about 3. Ball on the 28-yard line.
We're down to a minute in the first.
Brentwood leads 3-0. Chance on the rollout. Keeper. He's going to fall forward, and it's going to be close.
It's going to be really close.
The way they're marking it.
It looks like they got it.
They're waving first down. He needed 2, and he got 2.
That's right. 2 inches.
And that looked like a second effort. They had him bottled up, and he just kind of rolled his body to the line to gain, moving it forward. Well, there they go.
There they
finally
go,
moved
yeah.
the chains. There you go.
Yeah.
A little bit of a hold up here. So 30 seconds left, 18 on the play clock, so they'll have to run one more play. 1st and 10 on the 25. They like what they're seeing with the 3 wide. Single back set for Chance. Snap is good. Handoff.
A lot of space on the outside.
Caden Pace again bumps it outside. Looks like he's going to have about 5 or 6 on the play, depending on the spot.
Looks about 6. That's the end of the first.
So a quick one, Clarke, just like that. The WCTV Game of the Week. Brentwood 3, Ravenwood 0 in the Battle of the Woods. Just first quarter marred by boneheaded penalties, really.
Yeah, and I felt like it hurt Ravenwood a little bit more than Brentwood. Brentwood, I know, because we don't know what the outcome of this drive is going to be. But Ravenwood with the face mask, and then they were down with inside the 20 or so with the unsportsman, that they've sort of shot themselves in the foot a little bit more than Brentwood has. At this point, which sidelines do you feel like is got the more confidence of the two?
I'm going to say Brentwood right now.
Okay.
I mean, usually the visiting squad, unless you're just getting handled, they're going to bring the energy for the first quarter.
Yeah.
But now we'll see, especially if Ravenwood does punch it in here, if that changes. Drones in the sky as per usual for these games of the week. got a couple good ones going on tonight we mentioned earlier. Got Riverdale and Blackman in Rutherford County, big rivalry game going on there. Page, Nolansville, the battle on Split Log Road over there. So second and about 3.5 for the Raptors. Still in that 3 wide set, single back. Chance still in at quarterback, design quarterback run, muscles his way.
Yeah, that's all him right there.
Close to the line to gain. Looks like he's going to be about a foot short. That was a play where he was stopped at the line and just moved the pile forward for about 3.
So they haven't changed it, but it's 3rd and 1, I believe.
This drive has been so long, Babalola is going to have to sit by the heaters before he comes back in. Timeout on the field. Well, so we got this timeout, and we are approaching the NFL trade deadline, Clarke, and I'm wearing my Titans hat. I'm just telling you, I got it on.
Do you see something going on?
Who are we throwing out there here?
Oh, yeah, that is.
I'm gonna give you a couple of names. Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only one. Calvin.
That's it.
Maybe L'Jarius Sneed. I don't know if he's healthy. I mean, we have no defensive backs left at this point.
I was going to say, what would you be able to get for Calvin Ridley?
If they were lucky, a 3rd.
Okay. So no matter what, we're still going into the draft.
But that 3rd is going to go to a team that's doing well.
Right.
They're looking for a 1-piece, and so that 3rd is going to be close to a 4th.
You know, in the last couple of years, the Titans have done such a good job of the draft that if we get another pick.
I thought you were referencing the John Robinson years, Clarke. Clarke, were you out of Tennessee for those 3 years? They were talking of I think 23 players they drafted under the John Robinson era. Only one, Chigakonkwo, is the last one left.
Isn't that crazy? That's not how you build a winning program.
That's how you get fired, as it turns out.
Well, I don't know what we came back on like we were going to play, and then all of a sudden we walked right back off. There's something wrong with the clock.
We're in a double timeout here. So lots of fun weekend stuff going on. It's a Thursday night game of the week.
Yeah.
But blackout game on Saturday for the Vols. So that should be fun.
What time is that? Is that an afternoon game, 2:30?
It'll be a night game.
Night game.
Yep. Had the opportunity a few years ago to go to it wasn't a blackout game but they turned all of the stadium lights off and on, and it's an experience for sure.
That place,
it is rocking.
I went as a kid years and years ago. My grandfather took me, and I remember even back then in the 70s and 80s, it got loud, very loud, and I can't imagine now with all the sound systems and lights and fans that we have now that it's got to be just as loud or more.
Since we're talking about Tennessee sports here, you mentioned Diego Pavia. Is he a legitimate Heisman candidate?
I think, and you know I'm a Vanderbilt fan, but I'm not going to.
So you're a totally biased opinion here.
Absolutely. Here's my total unbiased, biased opinion is this. Is he the most valuable player for his team? Is he somebody that this team would not be the same? Yes. Does that make him a Heisman candidate? No. Because I just don't think that he has the full package of numbers and leadership. Now, if you're looking at is the Heisman candidate the best player currently, not stats, nothing else, but for their team or what's going on, then he has a chance. But nobody looks at that anymore. All we're all about is how flash it is and how much, in the end, it's whoever ESPN wants to pick.
That's right. If you're going to put his numbers, I mean, even if you look at his in-state quarterback rival and Joey Aguilar, the numbers don't even compare.
No.
A totally different offense.
Yes.
But watching Pavia, too, the guy runs out and lead blocks.
Those are the things
he's an interesting guy for sure.
All right, we're back with this. Ravenwood, they got whatever it was fixed out. Oh, he popped through right there.
He He dove, but I think if he had just stayed on his feet, he might have walked into the end zone.
That was Davis Dowling. I tell you what, when he hit that hole, it didn't look like he was going to go anywhere.
Yeah, he hopped forward to get the first, but I think if he could have stayed upright, he could have took that into the end zone. But anyway, we got 1st and 10, ball on about the 18. Maverick Chance still in at quarterback.
You know, it's working for him, so why change it out? Oh, that's nice right there.
Yeah, Maverick Chance faked the outside, faked the handoff, had the option there, the read option for the halfback. He said, I think Navy might be up in the stands tonight, so I'm going to hold on to this one.
He froze that outside rusher. He didn't know what to do, and once he saw him freeze, he just took off and picked up about 5 or 6 yards.
It was an interesting decision by Chance because he kept the ball, but then he used the fake as a lead block through the hole. Instead of taking it outside, like you said, he froze the end, so he just followed the running back through the hole.
Smart.
2nd and about 2. This time he does hand it off. They're going to have a first.
Great stop by Brentwood's defensive line right there.
So it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 2.5-yard line. So Ravenwood's telling Brentwood, whatever you can do, I can do better. And so this has been a very methodical drive, albeit one penalty.
Big penalty.
So 1st and goal from about the 2.5. Another handoff there, and he's going to be wide open.
Blocking.
Touchdown. That's going to be number 6, Davis Dowling.
Davis Dowling, yeah. Great little pop out to the outside. He saw that it was all clogged up in the middle, so it was good blocking on that offensive line.
And so with that, answer back to the field goal from Brentwood, the WCTV Game of the Week. Raptors 6, Bruins 3, pending the extra point here from what you said, one of the better kickers you'll see in the state of Tennessee. It's going to be 23, Steven Yachimski. Correction.
Oh, wow. What happened there? We missed
Carlos Guerra.
Something happened right there. There's a fumble. We missed it. We can't see the replay on the TV, so we don't know.
Mishandled by the long snap.
Yeah.
There. And which was good because there's 2 23s, and I'm guessing that was not Steven Yachimski, but Carlos Guerra, who's labeled as a kicker.
Correct. The other one is labeled as a defensive back.
So we call that the fire play. When you have a fumble there, you yell fire, and you should have your 2 side defenders roll into the end zone for a pass. But none of that happened.
Ravenwood decided just to drop on it and make sure nothing bad happened, which might be the smartest thing to do.
Let's not have bad go to worse. They just dropped on it, prevented Brentwood the opportunity to get some cheap points. And so there you have it. The lead is 6-3 Raptors.
Now, Brentwood's got to come out here. They can't let this slip away. I know it's still not even, there's still 9:50 left till halftime, but it's the kind of thing that if Ravenwood stops them at 3 and out and it's a quick return, I mean, it can get away from Brentwood.
Well, and I think, Clarke, best case scenario for Brentwood, just like Ravenwood did, long methodical drive. Even if they get a field goal, if they go in 6-6 at half with Ravenwood, that's got to be a huge confidence boost.
They would absolutely be flying high if it was 6-6. So let's see what happens here with the kickoff.
I'm guessing this is going to go into the end zone.
We saw him at the Franklin game, and Franklin didn't return a single one. Maybe one at the very end of the game, but he might have been, this is a short kick. Wow. He didn't even try to get it out.
So that's going to be brought back to about the 28. So Brentwood's going to take over on about the 29. And I'm hesitant to say these things because they tend to happen. But Brentwood needs to avoid a turnover here. Yeah. Methodical drive. I mean, it's easy to say, of course you avoid a turnover.
Where we are,
but
it's easy.
That's just one of those things where – and Brentwood is a disciplined team. That
lots of space there. Ooh, big hit.
Big hit there after a gain of about 8.
Matt Anderson came in, and you're going to see him a lot, and we'll probably call his Lamond for the rest of the game because he is a playmaker on the defensive side. He can sniff out that ball. But good first play right there, picking up, what, 7 or 8?
Yeah, looks like 2nd and 2. Two wide for Brentwood. Strang in the shotgun. Rolling out to his left. Quick pass to the sideline. Was he in bounds?
You can't.
Inbounds, that's going to be number 4. Jones Merrill on the catch.
You can't give 10 yards a cushion. And, you know, that's just a simple just down and button hook kind of on the outside of just sitting there and just sitting in front of the defensive back.
Well, and you can never underscore how hard exactly it is to roll to your left and throw with your right hand. And that pass was on a dime by Strang to the sideline.
Yeah, he's got a lot of upside. He's a sophomore, so he's got a good couple years to develop, and he's got the prototypical size of a quarterback that people want in college level.
1st and 10 on their own 48 is Brentwood. 2 wide to the bottom of the screen. Single back set for Strang. Snap is back. Strang is going to hand off. Room to the outside.
Breaks the tackle.
15, Isaac Carano for the Bruins. He's going to have about 6 or 7 depending on where he stepped out of bounds. Looks like a gain of about 6 for Carano. Brentwood overall, Clarke, has been impressive tonight.
They have. You know, I think they're taking their time. They're making good play calls from the sidelines, and they're making a game of it. I mean, I didn't know, but look, you take these two teams, no matter how they come into this, you throw everything out because they're going to be ready to play.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth, Clarke. These are two teams that have a ton of familiarity with one another, all the way down the coaching staffs, personnel. You know, the kids know each other. They play in leagues and other sports together. And so they are going to be very familiar. And you could be 0-8 and 8-0, and you can throw those records out because this is the battle of the woods. This is what they look forward to outside of the playoffs all year long.
And it also is two programs over the last 7, 8, 9 years that have been very successful, even despite this game being a huge game. They both know that they're going to be playing after this game, right? They're moving on, but they still want to win this one no matter what.
Well, if you ask me about crowd, you can now hear and feel the Ravenwood crowd getting into it. 3rd and about 5.
Oh, pick. There's the turnover we didn't want.
Clarke, I'm sorry to the Brentwood coaching staff because I knew that was going to happen. I spoke it into existence. I owe them an apology. There's the interception on the sideline.
By number 9, Danny Brown, senior.
It's exactly what Brentwood could not have happen. And now Ravenwood is in good position now at the 42-yard line with 8 minutes, just over 8 minutes left to go in the second.
You know, and it did not look like a bad play. It looked like but I think.
Oh no, the cornerback just broke in front of the receiver.
It was a great play by him. Jumped up one-handed catch, it looked like almost, and so just a wonderful play by Ravenwood's side. And now Brentwood's got to come back on and make a defensive stop to keep this game from getting a little too ahead of them before half.
And this is a defense, Clarke, that was on the field for about 8 or 9 minutes, and they got about 7 minutes reprieve in between that, and now they're going to have to stand tall again against, as you mentioned, this high-powered Ravenwood offense.
And I wasn't looking closely about the numbers, but I just go on what Coach Finch said a couple times, is that they have a few players on that offensive defensive line that are going on both sides, and so that wears you out. There's number 45 for Brentwood making a play. You're going to, again, see him tonight a lot.
So that time, Brentwood decided to bring pressure off the edge, read perfectly by Maverick Chance, and now you got Babalola back in, but Maverick Chance was in there for well, now he's staying on the field, so we'll see. I said he was a Swiss Army knife, so they're going to move him around. Now he's out at receiver.
Now when you have to pay attention to 2 people more than just the quarterback, and there's no telling what they could run here.
Babalola takes a snap. Quick pass out to number 1 on the sideline. He's going to be hit immediately and actually lose a yard on the play.
Brentwood picked that up.
He's going to get what I would call a charity spot there as the officials marking him on the 50. That's going to be about a yard if that's where he keeps it. Actually, and there's a penalty on the field there. I don't know what that was.
He might just be.
Might be a sideline warning. I'm not.
They're marking it off. But was there any indication of what it was?
I didn't see the. So it's a 5 yard. So that's going to be an illegal procedure probably. So not a be-all, end-all penalty. 5 yards. That's going to make it 2nd and about 8 for the Raptors.
We have Chance and Babalola still on the field together.
So Chance operating out of the slot. Babalola running the option here. Quick pitch there to 21. He's got some moves. He's got some room. Still trucking along. Still going. Gain of almost 20 on the play.
That's Caden Pace.
Caden Pace drug about 4 Brentwood defenders, an additional 3 yards on that carry.
Like I said, it's got to be good for Caden Pace to be on this team with those 2 quarterbacks, because when Babalola comes out on that kind of play, everybody's looking at him, and probably very few are looking at Caden Pace, but he made the best of it, which is good.
4 wide for Babalola. Hard count there, doesn't bite for Brentwood, good discipline. Babalola gets the play, he's got a single back. Snap is back, it's gonna be a pass. He's looking, scout, throws right down the field.
Oh, man.
Great catch by Maverick Chance.
Oh, what program and coach wouldn't want those 2 players at the same time? I mean, just goodness gracious. Good catch by Chance.
He had to go to the ground to get it, but I mean, again, just to have 2 players with that kind of arm talent on the same field at the same time is just something fun to watch.
Well, Doug, last time you and I called the game with Ravenwood, we saw this with Babalola. He was a little off with the passes. A little fumble there.
Babalola making some moves, trying to do something here. He's still going.
He's still going.
On his feet, but Brentwood's going to get him. You know, one thing that's when you have the change in temperature, sometimes the moisture on the ball makes it slick, and that looks like exactly what happened down there to Babalola. The snap came back. Wasn't a bad snap.
No.
Just mishandled it, and it took the rhythm and timing off of the play, and he got hit for, well, about a 10-yard loss right there.
Yeah, number 61, Tanner Robb, who gets a little breather there. He made the final tackle after about 4 or 5 of them tried to bring him down.
So 3 wide still for Babalola. It's going to be a handoff there. Number 20 cuts up the field, still going, has 1 blocker.
He picked it all back up right there, and more.
So he got about 15 on the carry. That's going to be 3rd and 5. Correction, 3rd and about 7 after they spot the down marker. You just got to wonder, is this going to be 4-down territory for the Raptors? They're so close.
Well, you also saw what happened with the extra point with the bobble and the not even getting the kick off. Is you got to trust your quarterback.
They went from so quick
he's going to be
pass.
short.
He's going to be short, but he's going to be awfully close.
That's you got the guys they have on Ravenwood's offensive side. You're a yard short at the 15. You're going for it.
You know what cracks me up though, Clarke, is these quarterbacks. Most of them haven't taken a snap under center in their whole life.
No.
And so you'll have these short yardage situations where they're in shotgun running the play.
It's not really a yard, is it?
It's hard to run a quarterback keeper out of shotgun, but we see it from time to time. And so Babalola is in the shotgun. We'll see what he's doing. And so there it is.
That's just all power.
Quarterback dive left.
Yeah.
And so he's going to pick up the first. These modern day quarterbacks, I'll tell you, I don't want to sound like a curmudgeon.
You sounding old, Doug.
But they don't really get under center anymore.
Everybody gets a little worried when they do. Well, they just lined up a power on the left side with a couple tight ends, it looked like, and they just were telling Brentwood, you can't stop us.
So now we got 2 wide, heavy formation on the left for the Raptors. Babalola in at quarterback and Caden Pace flanking to his left at tailback. Pace gets the handoff, looks for space in the middle.
Brentwood does a pretty good job of wrapping that up.
Gets about 4. So it's second and goal.
So 66, Zane Carlson made the nice wrap up there. So again, you get anywhere within 2-3 yards, you're going to probably be going for it.
Second and goal from the 7.
We got 3:18 left.
Heavy formation again for the Raptors. Babalola's going to keep it. He's going to be hit at about the 5.
That is gang
and he's
tackle.
not going to have the opportunity to fall forward there.
Just
so he's
picked
going
up a yard or two.
So 3rd and 5 here for the Raptor offense. See if another run play comes in here. You got to think that this is going to be some kind of play action rollout to get him outside of the pocket, but we'll see what they do here. Out of the shotgun. So he does roll out, but he's going to keep it. Stiff arm. You know, that's
nice little play. Oh, fumble. Did he fumble that before he went in? He looked like he went in, but he looked like he was getting in with no problem, but then he fumbled
They're not calling touchdown. He looked like he was going to walk in, and it's hard to see from our proximity up here in the booth, but the ball popped loose.
Yeah. It's on the 1, Coach. 4th down. He did not get in. I mean, it looked like he was just going to walk on in. Did he just let it go too early or something? We don't have the advantage of the replay
Hard to say, because he is at the opposite corner of where we're standing up here, and we both wear glasses, Clarke.
Yeah.
That is the reality of it. And so, in any regard, Raptors come out on 4th down to go for it, and Brentwood promptly calls a timeout. Can't take them with you, so might as well use them.
Absolutely.
6-3 here with 1:52 left to go in your second quarter. Raptors up 6, Brentwood 3. Brentwood, they need to stand tall here if the Raptors are going to go for it. A goal line stop would be huge.
Huge. And what just happened with Babalola, I wonder who's going to be out there at quarterback. I didn't see before the timeout, but I would suspect it might be Chance, just because he's more of the sure-handed running back at this point. We got a score update. Currently, what I just see is that Page takes a 14-0 lead over Nolensville with 6:51 left in the second. So Page is cruising at this point.
Tell you what, Page.
Not surprising. Page is a very, very good team.
Page looks pretty good this year, for sure.
But, you know,
this might be the best roster for them, top to bottom, offense, defense, that they've had, even though they've gone to 4 straight.
Yeah, I was going to say.
State championship games.
All right, big play here.
So here it is. Maverick Chance in at quarterback. He's going to keep it, and he's going to walk in.
Yeah.
That was too easy.
Too much strength up front.
So with that, that's going to push the score to 12-3. You would think maybe that they would go for 2 here, but we'll see.
But I see the kicker coming out. So maybe they didn't give him a chance the first time. They're going to give him a second chance and see what happens.
So Guerra is out on for the extra point try after he had a talking to with his holder.
And snapper.
Snap is back, down, and the kick is good.
Good.
More like it here, more like it. So 13-3, minute 36 left for Brentwood. Not a team really that is designed to go in big chunks of yardage. So we'll see what they do after the kickoff. They're hoping here for it. Maybe I'll give them some good juju here. They need a good kick return here if they even have the opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Ravenwood, I just kick it into the end zone, but
in the end, if you have a minute, you just want something positive to happen to go into the halftime with, you know, get some big chunks of yards or something to where you can feel good. Coach, who received the kickoff? Was it
Ravenwood?
Ravenwood did. So Brentwood's going to be getting it back. That's what I was thinking.
Brentwood will get the second half kick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they can make something happen here in a minute and a half, I mean, you can go 2-2 here, get the ball back at halftime as well.
Even then, only being down by 10, I mean, you get the ball in the second half and you do something then, they're not feeling too bad at the situation that they're in right now.
That's right. If they can get a field goal or something, they're only 2 scores down, and one of them is a field goal. And so they shouldn't be too down. I mean, they've had some boneheaded penalties. They've had the turnover. But they're right in this. If they can make something happen here without trying to force it or be fancy, they're right in the game.
And that's the hard part is what can you do in a minute? You do not want to make that huge mistake.
Well, and they may just come and run 3 plays and go into the locker room.
I can't see the scoreboard, so I don't know how many timeouts Ravenwood has.
I'm not even going to speak alternatives at this point of what could happen.
They're going to just do a little pooch. They're not even trying to kick. This is interesting decisions because I know Ravenwood can kick it out.
And they pooched it to the same guy, number 13, for Brentwood. That's going to be
Parker Cates if it's 13.
Parker Cates.
Yeah, and he's a running back. I mean, he knows how to return. He's a freshman, but I would not be kicking to him. But they must have seen something with the short kicks that, I mean, when we watched them kicking against Franklin, it was every single one of them was out of the back of the end zone.
Well, this first play is going to say a lot about what this drive was going to look like.
They just want to.
I mean, I could picture a screen pass here maybe, but they're going to have to get a chunk on this first play if they're going to try to score. So they do have 2 wide, heavy set to the left. Strang out of the shotgun, takes the snap, and he's going to just hand it off.
Yeah.
So
probably the smartest thing to do.
Well, and I think it's what you said. You don't want to compound your problems by turning it over or doing something silly. Game is still within reach for Brentwood. We got a timeout. Somebody. I don't know who called it.
I'm not sure. The clock should have been. I mean, they don't. Did they call a timeout?
No. The officials blew the whistle. Clock is not running. That is correct on the run play. So they're just going to go here. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll keep time on the field. I'm not sure.
There we go.
Flag on the play. This is probably going to be a delay of game.
I don't know how they could.
Oh, no, they still have 17 seconds on the play clock.
False start.
False start. Well, they ran 6 seconds off the clock.
I'm
not sure what's going on.
I don't either.
We'll just keep talking until they go to the locker room.
Exactly. We got somewhere around 1:23 left. Let's call it that way.
And it looks like this is going to be 2 run plays in a locker room is what it looks like.
Brentwood was smart.
Could be wrong.
I don't know. When they came out against Independence, the first play was it looked like just a simple sweep, but then they threw it downfield for a touchdown in one play, so who knows?
Oh, he's going to roll out the Strang. He's looking.
Good play.
Good defensive play. Good throw, but better pursuit on the Raptor defensive back.
Wyatt Appleton,
to break it up.
Yeah, 5'9" senior Wyatt Appleton really broke on that ball. Made a good defensive play.
Well, and I don't see. I'm looking for how many timeouts Ravenwood has. Looks like they have 2.
They do, but it still says 1:23, Coach. So
it's like soccer. We have no idea how much time is left right now.
I can explain it later if we have about an hour and a half.
But clock is still not running. However, they had a penalty and an incomplete pass, and now another penalty. And so, Clarke, I don't know what down it is. I don't know how much time is left. I do know the score. It's 13-3 here on your WCTV Game of the Week. Raptors on top of Brentwood.
You know, if Raptors, I'm not sure about the timeouts either, but if they've got enough to try to get this ball back, I mean,
Well, that's what I was saying. They got 2 timeouts, 1:23 on the clock.
A bad punt, or something, block punt. I mean, they have an opportunity to put more points on if Brentwood doesn't do anything here.
2 wide for the Bruins. Strang out of the shotgun. I'm going to pretty efficiently say it's going to be a run. Quick pass out to the side. That is the equivalent of a run play, Clarke. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself.
I wouldn't either, but
But it's 4th down, and I believe he went out of bounds.
He went out of bounds.
So not the best clock management here, although it's hard to manage a clock that's not running.
Exactly. So we have no idea how much time's left. But you get a bad punt, a block punt, a good return. I mean, anything can happen here.
Lots of things that can happen.
In 1:23.
Well, 41 seconds. They just adjusted the clock.
I got you.
But still 2 timeouts for Ravenwood. Punt is high.
Good, solid punt there.
Waves for a fair catch.
Yeah.
So down at the 30.
So what do you do now with Ravenwood?
I would go for something.
Absolutely.
I'm going for the juggler. If you ask me, I'm a much more aggressive coach than I am conservative. I would go. Their quarterbacks both have cannons.
With this offense that they've got, there's no reason not to try it.
That's right.
And you may not be able to get in the end zone, but you can pick up some big chunks of yards.
Well, you
at
can
least
get in field goal range, right?
Absolutely.
That's right. I mean, they need about 30 yards or so to get into field goal range. It has gone from brisk to just downright cold, Clarke.
It has. I'm not ashamed. Oh, they're walking something off.
Well,
something happened.
Well, this changes the game plan a little bit.
It does.
Because now it's 1st and 10 at about the 15. So some kind of penalty there. It must have been a hold or something on the kick. We're not getting the call here from the official.
You got to worry a little bit. I mean, Balboa is an absolutely amazing quarterback, but he fumbled a snap, dropped the ball on the one. So his hands have not been the surest tonight.
Well, and they're going to throw it here. So right down the middle.
Oh, guess who? That was close. But that's what they can do right there. I mean, they can pick it up.
There was flames. It looked like a comet going down the field.
It's a little hot.
And so just ran a deep post route with Maverick Chance. I mean, and that hit him off the chest. I mean, in a good faith effort, he put his hands up, but that went through his hands, hit his shoulder pads, and bounced into the air. So we'll see 29 seconds what the strategy is here for the Raptors.
You know, in a play like that, too, there's nobody behind those DBs. And so Chance breaks away from them, which he can do.
Babalola, quick pass out to the 30. He's going to have a first down, and he's going to go out of bounds. And he's thrown to the ground out of bounds.
No penalty.
But no flag there.
No flag.
Took 6 seconds off the clock and gained about 18 yards.
Couple more of those, you're feeling pretty good about where you
ball
are.
on the 35.
Yeah.
They got 2 timeouts and 21 seconds to operate. And so they're going to need just about 2 passes just like that.
Yep.
And they were playing so far off of them. They're giving these receivers, or they did on that play, about a 15-yard cushion. Babalola throws to the middle of the field, has a man at the 50, 48.
That's where you just want him to go down. Quick, look at him going quick.
So about another 15 yards on the play. They call a timeout, I'm guessing.
Yeah, smart.
So 14 seconds. They ran 7 seconds, 8 seconds on that play. Still got 1 timeout. So really, Clarke, they have time to run 1 play here.
Yeah.
If they want to kick a field goal.
Yeah.
And so they're going to need about 15 to 20 yards on this play to get into his range to make it a 50-yard field goal.
You know, normally in high school football, with what we have around Williamson County, you would think that's going to be kind of difficult for some of these teams to do. But with this Ravenwood offense, it is obviously, which we've seen in the last 2 passes, not hard to do, especially with Brentwood putting no pressure on Babalola.
Well, I think they're respecting his legs, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to bring pressure, and then he runs up the field for 15 yards.
The only thing about that, though, is it takes more time off the clock for him to hold the ball, and finally run. But we'll see what they can do.
So here it is, probably quick pass to the 40, to the 30.
Get out of bounds.
Gets out of bounds.
8 seconds left. You got one more play with 8 seconds left?
Well, so from right here, it's going to be about a 52-yarder, almost in the same place.
Quick hit.
Well, and here is, do we want to run the ball to get it where the kicker wants the ball placed, right?
That's true.
And so we'll see what they do. They're in 4 wide. So we'll see if they're going to run or do a quick pass, but Brentwood's a little bit closer to the receiver. So it's going to be a pass. Babalola looking. Another pass out to the sideline. Out of bounds again. 2 seconds
Wow,
left.
such good decision-making by him.
Well, it's showing 0, but they ran about 4 seconds off after he went out of bounds.
That's home field clock that shouldn't be happening. It should be going the other way.
Well, and they have not brought the kicker out.
It's interesting.
So
is the clock wrong?
Babalola's still out there. Well, there's 4 seconds. They put 4 seconds back on. So this is discussion time.
Maybe this is in the questionable range of the kicker.
They're going to take the full play clock before they call their final
They're staying
timeout.
on. They're not bringing the kicker on.
Well, they're not going to run a play here. There's only 7 seconds on the play clock. And so we'll
Oh, I see.
They're just talking about what they want to do here. So timeout, Ravenwood.
Maybe you can explain it better. Why would you have the play clock go down to 1 when the other clock is not running? Go ahead and call the timeout and set it up.
Well, and we'll see if 23 marches on out. But the way they were looking, and it doesn't matter. I mean, he knew he was going to call a timeout. So the personnel he had out there is irrelevant. So we'll see after the timeout if they go where the ball is placed. Is it about the 28-yard line? So that's going to be about a 45-yard field goal, well within the kicker's range.
So, Doug, they got the ball on the 15-yard line with about, what, 120?
Well, we don't really know, Clarke. Well, but, yes.
Around 120
There's a little bit over a minute left. And so they got the ball and really very efficient drive. But Brentwood was playing such soft defense.
Just letting him.
We used to say the prevent defense prevented you from winning, and that's kind of what was in place there. They're just giving up huge chunks of yard just to not get beat deep. And so there he is. The kicker does come out. He's from the left hash.
So we've got a 43. Am I looking at that right?
Give or take. Well, no, it's going to be about a – yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Officials running over here. 43, 40.
He just needed to get on the other side for some reason. I'm not sure why.
His knee's down on the 40 or 34, so this will be a 44-yard try. Snap is back. It's good. Kick is up. That's going to be wide right.
Nope, he had enough, but it's not good.
Wide right. So your halftime score, Ravenwood 13, Brentwood 3 on the WCTV Game of the Week. Doug Capella with my longtime friend Clarke Oldham.
Yep.
We'll be back after the half. After the half, here we are, Clarke, 13-3 on your WCTV Game of the Week. Raptors leading Brentwood. A lot of what you would expect and some of what you wouldn't maybe. Brentwood really hindered by some the big turnover there, the big interception, and then some penalties, just really un-Brentwood-like, unsportsmanlike penalties, and just lack of discipline that's not typical from a Bruins roster that maybe is preventing this from being closer than the actual score.
Yeah, it's not like you said the typical. That's how they've been in the past. But they've been able to win because of talent. They've been able to win because of coaching. But they also just didn't make that many mistakes against the teams they played against. And so you still have the talent, you still have the coaching, but those mistakes against a team like Ravenwood you just can't do because you'll lose this game by making those penalties.
Well, and to that point, the Raptors are typically also very disciplined, very few mistakes, take good care of the football. But, you know, we mentioned it earlier, on this kind of night, you know, these teams haven't really played in this kind of chill up to this point. And when you look along the floor here, there's a lot of dew on the floor, and the same thing is on the field and on the football.
We've seen a couple players slip on some runs and some going out for a passing route. That's just not what we've seen this season, and I think it's because it's our first real cold, damp night.
So to kind of recap the end of the first half, Bruins unable to materialize anything on a drive, left Ravenwood with about a minute and a half left to go. Ravenwood drove down, got into field goal range, kicked it, and it was wide right.
Correct.
And that left our score 13-3. And the Raptors are kicking off to begin the second half, and we are underway. That's going to be in the field of play.
Same thing.
He waved for a fair catch, which is odd on a kick return, but so that's going to place them in probably the worst field position they've had all night at about the 16-yard line. So some positive things for Brentwood that we saw that they might need to go back to. A lot of rolling out with Strang. He was able to throw across his body, make some good throws to the sideline. When they could hold up front, they had some good runs. And so we'll see. They're comfortable getting Strang out of the pocket. We'll see if that's something that's going to continue in the second half. But Brentwood, as we talked about, not a team that's great at playing from behind.
No, they are not a quick kind of down the field passing team, and so they're more methodical, and we'll see. And again, the game is not out of hand. They're only down by 10. And they get a play like this to start off with. It's a good start.
Quick pitch there to number 6. That's going to be Parker Emerson.
Yeah,
gain of about 6 on the play.
Parker Emerson is their all-world kind of player, junior. He can play both sides of the ball and is a very, they looked at him for a lot of leadership.
I said 6, and I was a little too liberal there. He's got about 8 on that play. So 2nd and 2 for the Bruins. Nice looking way to start the drive here. He's got 2 stacked receivers on the bottom side of the screen, single back, heavy set up front with the line. I was going to say everything is going to indicate a run here. Good hole there for
big hole.
The back, number 15. That's going to be Isaac Carano on the carry. Going to be a first down. Gain of about 6 on the play.
But this is nothing new. We've seen this all season from Brentwood. You know, it is taking care of the ball, getting 3-4 yards a carry or a pass, and just kind of methodically moving it. But again, this is a long field and a long second half, and they've got to be able to do something and get it in the end zone. Like you said earlier, field goals are probably not going to win this game for either team.
That's right. That's right, and the way the style Brentwood plays is it does chew up the clock if they're driving, and so what that does is it limits their possessions that they're going to have, and they're already down 2 possessions. Quick pitch to the outside.
Wow.
It's going to be number 4 for Brentwood, Jones Merrill, also a frequent ball carrier for Brentwood.
Picked up about 5.
So 3 plays, 3 runs here for the Bruins to start the second half. Getting about 5, 6, 7 yards a play, so not bad.
No, I can't complain.
My math makes that a first down each time. So
most of the times you're going to be happy with that.
So 4 wide here, got away from the big set up front. 4 wide, single back set for Strang. Pressure coming from Brentwood. Quick pass over the middle.
Great hands.
Caught. He's going to be about a yard short, so 4 wide for a 4-yard pass right down the middle of the field. But
and again, we called number 6. His name Parker Emerson. He's just good hands there because quarterback fired that into him.
Ravenwood uncharacteristically brought pressure there, and so Strang got rid of it. Just shy of the first down. Ball at the 40.
Tough spot on the field for Brentwood.
So they're going with the heavy set, an unbalanced line to the left.
Carano in the backfield.
Receivers, Carano in the backfield, yep.
Oh, he tripped his owners. Did he get it?
Looks like he tripped forward, but at the line of scrimmage. So just an unfortunate play. I think he tripped over his own feet.
Looked like he would have had the quarterback. Yeah, absolutely.
He would have had the first. He just got tangled up there. See what Brentwood does. They're going to go for it here, it looks like. At least they're going to potentially try to draw him off.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose in this kind of game, you know. Changing it up.
So they walked out their offense, and now the punt team's coming out.
They got 10 seconds to get this off. Quick. Nobody's back for Ravenwood.
So timeout on the field. We'll see.
Brentwood called that?
Yep, Brentwood calls the timeout. So, Clarke, I got to say, I can't really make sense of what just happened there. They left their offense out on the field, let the play clock run down, rushes out the punt team, and then calls a timeout.
Hey, you know, I thought it was, when I heard the refs whistle, I thought Ravenwood would have called it because they didn't have anybody back. They didn't have the kind of defense maybe they wanted to be set up. Maybe they thought it was going to be a fake punt. And so I can understand Brentwood kind of getting that one timeout early off of Ravenwood, but it was confusing that why Brentwood would run it out that late and still call the timeout.
Well, and if you're playing the game close, if that's your goal, burning a timeout in the first 3 minutes of the half is not super helpful. And
no. Oh, look how they come out, though, Coach. Look how they come out.
Comes back out. So offense on the field.
Maybe there's maybe a little bit of a chess game between the coaches.
Snap is back. Same exact play.
He got it.
Thought the ball came loose, but
I did too. It was a helmet.
So first down, Brentwood. Gutsy call there by the Bruins.
Yeah, they needed to, though.
On their side of the field at about the 40-yard line, they just run the same play again and this time pick it up.
Carano is a hard-running running back. I mean, he doesn't mind hitting that hole fast, doesn't mind getting hit, so that's a good one to go to. Sure-handed. I haven't seen him. The 2 games I've called so far, could be a terrible thing to say, but he hasn't fumbled yet.
Motion goes number 4. Strang inside, shovel
little
pass.
Misdirection.
There's some room.
I'm telling you, that kid right there. He's the big play kid, Emerson.
So Parker Emerson with the shovel pass.
That was a
good call right there on Brentwood.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a well-designed play by them.
That was on page 4 or 5 of the playbook right there. They ran option to the left and then quick shovel pass on the inside, and great play call right there on the Bruins.
Well, the quarterback did a good job. I mean, like you said, they've 2 or 3 times rolled him out, and that's what it looked like it was. It looked like he was just rolling out to make that pass across his body, and it was a misdirection.
Got a heavy set up front again. Strang out of the shotgun. Handoff here to 13.
Parker Cates, freshman.
Parker Cates, he's going to get a few yards on the play. In a battle of the woods, you do expect some extracurriculars from time to time.
That is true.
Second and 8 here.
You just can't push it too far. You just can't push it where the refs have to call something.
So this is the area of the field, Coach, where all night the Bruins drives go to die.
Yeah.
Right here on this portion of the field, Ravenwood kind of locks it down. So we'll see what happens here. Second and 8, Strang out of the shotgun. Rolls out to his left again. Scanning the field, looking.
Oh.
Has room to run. steps out after a gain of 3 to 4 on the play. Smart play there by Strang not to force anything. Nothing open there. Smart heads-up play.
He made a little bit out of nothing, and that's what you want for the quarterback, is not to make the mistake, not to fumble or throw it to an errant pass, trying to make something down the field. Just hold on to it.
They're not at the time of the game, Clarke, where they have to force anything.
No.
And so he just took what was there. Good heads-up play by Strang. Sophomore, by the way, on that play. So third down again, third and a long 5, call it 6. Heavy set up front again, going with the bigs up front. Strang out of the shotgun. Quick pass out to the sideline. He's going to have a first down.
Good block out there by Emerson. That looked a little late.
Some extracurriculars on the sideline. He was tackled about 3 yards out of bounds. No flag on the play. Good looking drive here for Brentwood to start the second half. 1st and 10 on about the 23-yard line.
Good looking plays, good looking drive, but they still have 22 yards to do something with. They cannot walk away with 3 points.
That's right.
And realistically be able to stay in this game unless Ravenwood makes a huge mistake.
Well, and just from a morale perspective, they've driven all, I mean, it was the worst starting field position of the night. They've driven all the way down the field.
Yeah.
Coming away with anything less than a touchdown is a morale breaker. Quick pass out there again to Emerson. Sorry, Sharp on that catch. Isaac. So you got Carano and Sharp both splitting time and both number 15, so it's hard to know exactly who it is. Gain of about 7 on the play, call it 8.
If I had to guess, I would go with Carano every single time.
That's right. That time, and it's the Ravenwood crowd calling him Sharp, so it's probably Carano.
2nd and long 3.
Toss to number 4.
Good little cutback.
He's going to have a first down. Yes,
he
sir. Jones Merrill on the carry. Good variety of play call on this drive for Brentwood.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, that's kind of what they need to do. They can't be one-dimensional and be able to score. You just got to wonder, do they have enough of those plays to stay in this game?
Raptors call a timeout defensively. This is what I call a hold-up timeout. The coach wants to pull them aside and say, hold up.
I think they're a little tired of being on the field for so long.
Smart timeout here. 6:07 left in the third quarter. Flying by, not even a running clock, but it's been running because they're running.
That's right.
It's going to be 1st and 10. The Bruins can get a first down. They can get it down to the 2-yard line and get another first down. So we'll see what the strategy is for both sides.
You know, both coaches are very comfortable in this type of game. They talked about that where, you know, they've played from behind and come back and won. They've played really close games and pulled it out. They've had a lead and then had to hold on. So no matter how this game ends up, both these teams are not going to be scared away from being a close game or a shootout or any kind of game that's going to be in front of them.
So timeout's over. Both sides back on the field. Brentwood's going to come out in 3 wide. Carano, the single back set. Strang in the shotgun.
Watch for Emerson just off the right, going to always switch. There it is.
So Emerson goes in motion behind the quarterback that time, gets the pitch, and gets about 4.
Well, they still have a chance to get a first down. They get inside the 2, which would be a nice for Brentwood to kind of keep it going. I'm sure they would care less about that and just get in the end zone.
Brentwood, here we go. Under center goes Strang for the first time all night. This is just big
stop
here.
Right there.
Ravenwood run that.
Yeah.
It looked for a second like they were in the smokestack eye, and I thought I was somewhere in West Tennessee. I was like, what is going on with this? But they just lined up big on big handoff, and Ravenwood beat them on the line of scrimmage and hit them for about, it's called a 1-yard, 2-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 7 from about the 9-yard line. 4 wide now goes the
Trying
Bruins.
to spread them out.
Huge play
Trying
for the Bruins here. Strang out of the shotgun.
Nobody in the backfield with him.
It's going to be a quick pass, well covered by Brentwood, or the Raptors rather.
Tell you what, he didn't give the wide receiver Cates much of a chance. He lofted that ball out there. If he had zipped it out there, maybe it would have had a better chance of picking something up, but it was too long of a play.
Well, and here comes the field goal unit. And so possibility for points, and this is important because it'll make it a one-score game. But again, the Raptors hold their ground. Makes that field goal Ravenwood missed at the end of the first half kind of important right now.
Well, they've left 4 points off the scoreboard total, so that could come back and bite them a little bit.
Snap is back, kick is up. From Arn looks good, and
good.
it is. Your new score, Ravenwood 13, Brentwood 6, one-score game. Good-looking drive, Clarke. Not a touchdown, but a good-looking drive.
Yeah. And they got to be thinking, if we can just get a good stop on this Ravenwood offense, get the ball back, burn up the clock again, get down, actually get a touchdown, and it's a game. But they got to do more than 3 points, I think, in this type of environment. That it's just not going to be enough unless they do something on the defensive side.
Well, and if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm saying punch, strip, or pick.
Yeah.
Right? You want to punch the ball loose, strip the ball loose, or pick it. You need a turnover here in the worst way just to give you some time on the plus side of the field and keep your defense off the field. So that drive, Clarke, took about 8 minutes off the clock.
That's typical Brentwood this year.
Now we'll see what Brentwood does. Ravenwood's been kind of playing chess on the kickoffs, kicking it out, kicking it in.
I would be shocked, Cotton, if he did not kick this in the back of the end zone.
Well, it's just the safest play. If your kicker can get it in the end zone, why risk it?
Oh, what is this?
Well, and here we go.
Wow.
And see, Clarke, I just don't understand. They pooch it, and he brings it out to the 37-yard line. When you kick it in the end zone, they get it at the 20.
Right.
And
if you're trying to do an onside kick, I get that, but that ball was up in the air. It was right to the player at the 30. I mean, it wasn't a kind of kick that's going to be hard to be fumbled, or it just wasn't. I don't know. It's just surprising.
In any event, the Raptors are going to start at about the 37-yard line.
Who do they have in there at quarterback?
It's going to be Maverick Chance starts this drive.
Yep.
Kind of surprised. He's taken the majority of the snaps tonight only because his drives have been longer. Man in motion, direct snap, run.
Woo!
Maverick
He
Chance
is hard to take down.
Breaks to the outside.
Let's
to
see
the
what
40,
kind of speed he's got.
The 30, the 20, down to the 15.
He is hard to take down.
Clarke, he delivered the hit on that run.
He
did not receive it. That is for sure.
If anybody out of the 100-plus people that are watching this game are Navy fans, they are smiling huge right now.
Well, and if Navy is here, they're really liking what they're seeing from this young man tonight.
Well, I think the other thing is we know he's athletic. We know he can run the ball, but his arm strength surprised me a little bit. But the other thing is just his decision-making. I mean, just such a smart player.
4 wide again, spreading out the Bruins defense. Chance back, scanning the field, rolls out, throws it to the wide open running back out in the flat. That's going to be a touchdown. Two plays.
2 plays. That right there in a nutshell is Ravenwood Brentwood this year. Is Brentwood methodical, going down the field, and Ravenwood just quick, boom, boom.
Well,
score.
Clarke, and we talked about it. That's why you can't take 3 points down here on this side of the field.
That's exactly right.
Did they put points on the board? Yes. Are they now down by 2 touchdowns? Yes.
Yes. And who knows, you got, let's say you want to try to put a positive spin on it. Well, Ravenwood's defense was on the field for a long time, and they're about to come right back on the field. So maybe that gives Brentwood offense a little bit of something, but.
Well, they have 400 kids on their team, Clarke. They could probably sub a few out.
They got 78 seniors, right? I mean, it's amazing to see what Ravenwood's done.
Well, and I mentioned it earlier. Remember, that drive from Brentwood took 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And so right now, there's 15 minutes left of football left in this game. And so if they use 2 8-minute drives.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. And you're down by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Right? And that's with Ravenwood doing nothing.
Correct. And so they've already kind of put themselves in a hole. This is where now you need touchdowns plus, and you need a turnover. You need an onside kick. And it sounds crazy because it's only 20-6.
Right.
But that's the type of offense Brentwood has. They're not going to throw a 90-yard touchdown pass. Well, they could.
They could.
It would be unlikely.
Yeah. Let's a breakaway, missed tackle or something like that. But, you know, as it goes for after this game, no matter who wins, other teams are probably going to get film on this and take note and think, wow, these are 2 teams we don't want to really play because of the way they are. You don't get the same offense, defenses, but they are 2 solid teams that can take care of the ball and can just beat you.
Any guess on where Garrett places the football on this kick here?
You know, I'm going to guess 13, Cates. If it was that easy. And he decided to run it back.
Cates cuts it to the outside.
Let's see, they made some decisions.
Brings it up the field, takes it to the 30.
So I'm saying, Cates, last week when Breece and I called the game, he was very good in the offense, made a couple big plays from the running back position. It's not like he can't play or run the ball back, but he chose not to do it.
It's just interesting to me. Both of these teams have kickers that can put it in the back of the end zone, and they're allowing each other's team to start in plus territory for not kicking it in the end zone.
Right.
There's 0 chance of a kick return for a touchdown when it's a touchback.
Last week, Brentwood's kicker, I mean, wasn't even close of having a return and then 3 or 4 kicks. It's just, why would you even risk it?
It's like Cates made them mad, and so they're going to kick it to him every time so they can tackle him. A little bit of a officials hold here. 2:58 left in the 3rd quarter, Clarke, on your WCTV game of the week. Raptors lead Brentwood 20-6. Strang, quick pass to the sideline.
A little high.
Little high. Incomplete.
You know, when I'm sitting at home watching a game on Saturday on the couch and the announcers say something so obvious, I laugh and think, wow, these guys, how much do they get paid? But I'm going to say something obvious, that if Brentwood goes 3 and out here, it's going to be
a hard night to come back.
Hard night to come back.
That's right, especially if Ravenwood does what they just did.
Yeah.
Strang out of the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off. Ravenwood looks like they have the sideline pretty sealed up.
Such a good play right there.
And that's going to be a loss on the play, it looks like.
Yeah, Dallas Stallings really good job of stringing that out and making the final tackle.
Loss of 2 on the play, so 3rd and 12 for Brentwood, and not where they want to be behind the chains like this.
Not a good number.
See if they go back to the shovel. That was kind of fun to watch the last time they ran that play.
I enjoyed that.
Well, they're not in the same formation. They're in 4 wide, single back set. Strang out of shotgun. Looking, pressure comes from Ravenwood, throws it out to the flat. Unless a miracle, he's going to be well short.
That's Cates.
Back to about the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 4th and about 9 or 10. Yep, back to the original line exactly. So 4th and 10.
Well, there's no question what they're going to do now. I mean, obviously, last time they had the ball, they had it on the 1 and kind of back and forth. But
punts up. It's going to be a wobbler. Fair catch is called and made at the 30.
He looked like he wanted to go off and run with that one.
You know, these returners get a little sneaky with how they wave, because he waved his hand about mid-waist when you're supposed to clearly signal. And But if you wave that hand in any motion, you signal and fair catch. So ball's on the 30 for the Raptors. 1:34 left in the third.
And we have
Maverick Chance and Babalola going back out. So the two quarterback look, but when they're both out, that tells me that Chance is going to be at wide receiver, which he is.
Which is another reason why if Navy's here and you Navy fans, that they got to be happy to see that as well, because he's not just a quarterback.
Inside reverse, do the Raptors run, a little trickeration. All of that for about 5 yards. He ran 50 to gain 5. But good play design. That was a payback for the little inside shuffle pass that they ran.
Well, Evan McComas did not make the tackle, but he was definitely important in that play because he slowed it up enough for a couple of Brentwood players to come in and make that tackle where it's not going to be a big gain.
So 4 wide with a 3-receiver bunch to the inside of the hash. Babalolo scanning the field, looking, throws it inside.
Oh, my.
That's caught by Chance.
Oh,
Stiff
my.
arm.
Stiff arm, touchdown.
Clarke, he just stiff armed him to the basement. If there was a pool under the field, he'd be swimming.
Goodness gracious. That's almost want to say a man among boys with a stiff arm like that. And Balboa, you just can't give him that much time. I mean, if you sit back and let him have that much time, he's going to pick you apart.
I mean, that may as well have been a handoff with that ball placement. It was on the money. And then Maverick Chance in the open field. He's a big kid, and I mean, I'll give credit to the Brentwood Bruin for trying.
Absolutely.
But he got stiff-armed into Halloween.
And just like that, 2 possessions, total of 4 plays,
14 points. So your new score, Ravenwood 27, Brentwood 6. And, you know, as neutral parties, I don't ever really want to prognosticate in the beginning, but this is looking to be about what I shared and expected before the game started.
Yeah. Well, it's a little surprising because Ravenwood came out in their offense. They were a little bit Brentwood-esque, kind of methodical, running the ball, taking care of it. You know, not too many crazy plays, but this coming out in the second half, they must have seen something to where they could get down the field quickly. And I don't see that there's going to be anything to stop them.
Well, now you're talking about 3 full possessions that result in touchdowns, and they have scored 6 points in 3 quarters. And so it's going to take – it's not impossible.
No.
But it's going to take a monster effort on the Bruins to get themselves back into this game, because the momentum for Ravenwood right now, I mean, they might as well, you know, the field's totally slanted in the Raptors' direction.
Well, I was going to say, too, is it changes the defensive, you know, strategy on Ravenwood's side.
They can blitz, they can
now
attack.
They can go after everything.
Yep.
You know, if Brentwood picks up 15, 20 yards, it doesn't affect them that much, and it's more of a positive effect for them to get Brentwood's quarterback in the backfield. So now, like you said, they're going to blitz and do a little extra to see. Same play.
I feel like it's deja vu all over again.
But he's getting a lot of yards on this one.
Yeah, out to the 40,
there it
45,
is. That's better.
Out to the 50.
Again, Doug, I just don't understand why you kick that if you can put it back in the – even if you can't put it in the end zone, to put it at the 5 or the 4, the 3, the chances of getting that kind of run back
or
is
kick
small.
It where somebody isn't. I mean, he doesn't even have to move to field that kick. And so
I wonder if Cates is giving them some kind of bulletin board material to where
they
they're
are
just
not
like,
shying away from kicking
we're
it
going to kick it to that
at
guy every single time.
So the official spot there is the 46 or 47-yard line of the Bruins, and so we'll see how they respond here, down 21 points.
Great field position.
Waning moments of the third quarter, 3 wide. Strang has a tall order ahead of him. Quick pass out to the flat. That's going to be a face mask there, but no call.
There's late flag coming in.
There's a late flag.
He decided to call it.
He heard me up here say
He did.
So loss of 2 on the play. We'll see what the foul is and if it is indeed a face mask. I mean, I saw it clearly up here, and there was 2 officials standing right in front of the play. So we'll see what they call. It's probably not a face mask. It's going to be something else.
You know, Brentwood throws a lot of those balls out to the flat and tries to pick up, and Ravenwood's doing a good job with their DBs. They're just kind of waiting and then quickly jumping on it. Personal foul, Brentwood.
Personal foul, Brentwood. Kind of surprising there
Wow.
because clear as day, face mask on the play, but not sure where or when it happened, but
Something that Brentwood just can't take right now. Let's see right here in the replay. Don't see anything there. That was a face mask. You called it right.
so first and longer than Brentwood really wants to go. See if they just let the quarter run down. They probably need to run a play before the quarter runs down. Use up as much clock as they can here. Out of the shotgun, 4 wide, 3, 2, 1. They're just going to let the quarter run down. I mean, to me, you run a play there because you got to use as much of the clock as you can.
Absolutely.
So fourth quarter, Clarke, 27-6. I mean, no sense in really talking strategy here. I mean,
No.
Brentwood is what they are. They can't change their whole offense for one quarter. But they're definitely going to need some things to break their way if they're going to want to make this a contest.
Yeah, not just on the offensive side, but the defensive side as well. I mean, if Ravenwood's going to continue to throw the ball like they are and do it very well, then there's a chance possibly for that pick. You know, there's a chance for a fumble down the field. But Ravenwood hasn't shown anything right now that it shows it's going to happen. See what we got here. I'm going to try to see if we can find any scores.
WCTV Game of the Week. I'm Doug Capella with my best bud, Clarke Oldham here.
Hey, hey.
27-6. Raptors in full control of this crisp night before Halloween.
While the teams are coming out, we got a score update. Is Page 21, Nolensville 6 with about 7 minutes left in the third. And Cougars 21, Hillsboro 7 currently.
Man in motion.
Ooh, there you go.
There it is, inside screen again. Bottled up well by the Raptors. You know, Ravenwood, something they've done really well on defense tonight too is they've all stayed in their lanes. They haven't over pursued, and it's really limited what the Bruins can do on offense, because that's on that play, that's what they're counting on defense to over pursue, and they didn't. They stayed in their lanes and they stayed at home and got minimal gain on what should have been at least a 5 or 10 yard pickup.
Well, when you're not testing the defense more than 5 yards, 6 yards down the field, it's easy to stay in those lanes because nobody's getting behind you.
3rd and a mile here.
They're going
show
long.
A stunt blitz. Pass is caught at about the 39. They did an inside stunt there with their middle linebacker.
But still
4th and punt situation.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4th and about 19.
I mean, you're 3rd and 20 something, and you throw a 3 or 4 yard out. I mean, that's not
helpful.
No. But again, I think it's Brentwood's inability to go down the field is the thing that's hurting them.
Snap is back, punts up, and it's a high hanger. It's going to bounce.
Oh, off the Brentwood player. It's all right.
They couldn't even catch a break there, Clarke, because that was going to bounce and roll about 15 yards.
Yeah, it was.
It bounced and hit the back of the Brentwood player and died right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they just cannot catch a break tonight. So the Raptors are going to take over. There's 11:06 left in the fourth quarter. Ball is on about the 23. So, as you mentioned, in the second half, they've run 4 plays and scored 2 touchdowns. And so they're batting .500 just on scoring plays here in the second half.
And Brentwood has run, 20-plus plays and gotten 3 points.
I would imagine here, though, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know if Ravenwood's going to go high-powered here. They're probably going to try to run some of the clock, but they are showing 3 wide. Chance in at quarterback. So he's looking to throw. He is
throwing
deep.
Long, and so he's wide open.
Wide open. On
that
the
is
money
a
to
heck
13.
of a pass. And he's going to outrun him. All right, so 5 plays, 21 points.
5 plays, 3 touchdowns.
A late flag at the very end. I don't know what that flag's for, but he hit
So
number
Cruz
13.
Kelly put that in cruise control on about an 80-yard touchdown drive.
I'll tell you what, he dropped that in there, didn't he?
I mean, Maverick Chance
Wow.
just everywhere tonight on the field. We'll see what the penalty is.
It was such a late flag. It was after the missed tackle, and he was almost already in the end zone, it looked like. Maybe sideline.
Looks like the touchdown will stand.
No
Waving
flag.
the flag off. No
Fair enough.
flag.
I was like, I didn't see anything going on down there.
So that's going to move us to 33-6, pending the extra point. I mean, Maverick Chance just putting on a clinic tonight.
He is. Like you said, he's done a little bit of everything from catching the ball to throwing it to running it. I mean, he has been all over the offense. His fingerprint has been everywhere on that offensive side.
I mean, I would love to see his total yards tonight.
Yeah.
Running, passing, and receiving. It's
Well,
like Jim Thorpe up in here tonight.
What yard were they on? What yard line were they on?
It was about an 80-yard play.
That's what I was thinking. They were on about the 20. So, I mean, that tells you right there his arm strength, which at the beginning of the game I said, you know, he's a running quarterback, but he is. But it's no doubt he can throw the ball as well. And again, that's the nice thing with having two Division I quarterbacks on your team is, you know, one starts getting a hot hand, stay with them, you know, let him play. And that's what they've done with Chance.
Well, Bob Alola's probably like, Coach, come
Yeah.
on, Coach.
We're up.
Put me in.
We're up by a bunch. Let me play.
Begging for playing time as a D1 college recruit.
I'm sure at some point this season, Chance has been saying the same thing.
Well, and this game has gotten pretty lopsided quickly. It was 13-6 coming out of the locker room for the half. The Raptors have run 5 offensive plays, and it's 34-6.
I will give it, though, to Brentwood, their fan base. They are not leaving. Usually when a score gets to this point, a lot of them start kind of leaving and seeing the crowd kind of getting smaller, but they're hanging out, watching it till the end.
Garrett back to kick. We'll see what the strategy is.
Oh, there we go.
Kicks it deep. That's because 13 was standing in the end zone that time. So,
so that's a Brentwood decision to put Brentwood to put him in the end zone. Maybe they should put 13 on the line up front and squib kick it to him.
Well, and I think, Clarke, if you're Brentwood now, the strategy needs to shift to let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's not get anybody hurt. Let's run some time off of this clock and let's get out of here. Learn what we can and get ready for next week.
Yeah. But Ravenwood's probably thinking, no, let's keep going. Hey, let's, 3 and out. Let's go.
I was saying I posited that they may run the clock, but nope, I say that, and then Maverick Chance throws an 80-yard bomb.
Yeah.
Nope. Strang is back to pass. Pressure comes up front. He's going to slide down.
3 yards.
Gain of about 3, but the important thing is the clock is running.
Like we talked about, everything, Ravenwood's defense has done a great job of just kind of keeping everything in front of them. No big plays. It looks like Chance has a chance to come out of that quarterback spot and kind of get 4 or 5 yards, and he just doesn't have ability to do it because someone's waiting right there in their spot for him.
Well, I said that earlier. The pursuit of this Raptor defense has been impressive all night.
Yeah.
Just not giving much up. And like we said, they're starting to bring pressure now. Strang close to a first. Running for dear life. Raptors in pursuit. That is going to be a first.
It's a good spot for Brentwood. No.
Clock 10 minutes and running here. First down for the Bruins. Raptors are starting to bring a little bit of pressure on Strang. Not going to let him sit there and throw. Not a lot of sense of urgency here, so I think
No,
the Bruins are going with plan A. Let's get out of here. Let's not get anybody hurt and get on the bus.
No mistakes. Run a couple things that are not too crazy, but take care of the ball. Timeout,
Brentwood. I was watching the Bruins student section over there. Some of the kids are, first of all, they're in shorts and no T-shirts, which I find personally appalling right now, as cold as it is. And they were doing this lawnmower thing where they were pull starting the kid, and then he was shaking, and they were mowing the grass over there. It was quite entertaining, actually.
If you and I tried that, we would be pulling a hammy or two.
Yes, correct.
Without a doubt.
I would have face planted immediately into the ground.
Well, I don't know if it was Mark Twain who said it, but I believe he said education is wasted on the youth. So when you see them in their shorts and T-shirts, you just think they're smarter than that, right? I mean, you and I over here with hats
Clarke,
and jackets on and gloves.
Their brains are not fully developed yet.
That's true.
All I can say.
We see that every day, don't we?
So after the timeout, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 30. 9:29 left. Strang still out of the shotgun. Comes in motion from top to bottom. Strang scanning the field.
Again, that little pass out, and then
keeps running, but he steps out at about the 36. It's going to be a gain of 6.
It's just too slow of a developing play. I mean, it just takes too long to get the ball out to him. And by the time the Ravenwood DBs are there, ready to take him down with 5 yards or so.
You're not going to do a whole lot of damage throwing it to the sidelines every play either.
No. Like you said, Brentwood might be okay with that right now. Don't make mistakes, move the ball a little bit, hold on to it.
4 wide, go the Bruins, single back, Strang in the shotgun. Scanning the field, takes a quick drop, throws it to the middle of the field there.
Carano.
It's going to be another first down to Carano, gain of about 10. Bruins here on about the 50.
Now that's a play that they haven't really gone to. They've been throwing out to the flats. That's a nice, simple play that picked up a whole lot more yards because it's not taking a long time to develop. It's a quick hit.
Well, the Raptors are giving them that. They're giving them everything in front. They're just not getting beat deep. Shift by the Raptor line. Pressure coming from the outside on Strang.
Ooh.
I don't know if he was trying to get rid of it or if that was just a heads-up play, but, I mean, he was better off dropping the play, or dropping the ball, rather, because he still lost 2, but a lot of pressure. As we said, the training wheels are coming off this Raptor defense. They're going to start coming after Strang because they can. They're up by 28 points.
Well, you and I, when we called the Franklin Ravenwood game, we said the same thing, was that once you get up by a certain amount and there's only so much time left, well, that's where you get the experience for some of these freshmen and sophomores that have never stepped on the field. Is now you get them out there in defense, and they want to prove themselves, and so let's see what they can do.
More pressure right up the middle.
Picked off.
That's going to be picked.
Tried to put it in there.
Number 30 on the interception there. Connor Shave.
That's what it looks like.
On the interception.
And he was just kind of throwing that up. He felt the pressure.
Well, so it's kind of interesting to see what do the Raptors do here. If they score again, it's a running clock.
Yeah.
So either way, the clock is going to be running here. So we'll see how they open up and who they have out. So Maverick Chance is on the field, and so is Babalola.
Normally with a score like this, you would say something like, Brentwood's defense has got to be exhausted. They've been on the field for so long. They really haven't only been on the field for 5 plays, right?
Probably about a minute and a half total. So Babalola scanning, looking.
They're throwing.
Quick pass to the sideline, goes to Maverick Chance.
The MVP right there this game.
You just got to wonder, they must have a really good relationship.
Yeah, they have to.
Because they definitely have a connection on the field. I think Babalola, about 80% of his passes have gone to Maverick Chance.
Yeah.
And with them splitting reps at quarterback, what other quarterback in the state of Tennessee where they split 2 D1 prospects. You know, like
there's just not one that I can think of. Also, what other team has a quarterback that can throw an 80-yard pass? Oh, he got hit right there. Number 7 picked it off.
Babalola hit as he threw and got picked off. It's, you know, as a parent, you're like, well, my son's a D1 quarterback. And, well, we got 2 of them on the team.
That's nice. That's good to hear. Jackson Allen, a senior, 6 feet, with a nice interception off the pressure on the Ravenwood quarterback. No harm, no foul with a game like this.
No, Babalola just held on to the ball just a tad too long, took a little bit of a hit on the inside, and the ball got away from him, not as much as he'd want, and just held in the air, and Brentwood made the interception there.
I mean, at this point, Brentwood should know who he's going to because 90% of his passes have gone to Maverick Chance.
So Strang here with another opportunity, 7:20 left in the fourth quarter. He's going to go with a handoff here and nothing there.
Yeah.
Again, just Raptors
play,
just
though.
disciplined on defense.
Yeah. Got a player injured on the field, Brentwood player.
Well, and that's not what you want to see here in the fourth quarter of a game that's already been decided. So with that, we'll take a break. 7:09 left in the fourth quarter. Your WCTV game of the week. Raptors ahead of the Bruins, 34-6. Brentwood player up on his own strength, getting some assistance.
Looks like that's Zane Carlson, number 66. We hope he's all right as he gets helped off the field.
Well, you said it, Clarke. I'll tell you what, it's 34-6 here, 7:09 left, and I don't know that I've seen a single person from Brentwood leave.
No, I mean, it might look a little thinner, but they're I mean, that's part of, but that's what, you know, you hear people talk about Williamson County and the football is the fans are into it. They travel. It doesn't matter what record they have. They're into the games from beginning to end. It's a great fan base.
Brentwood's going to come out 4 wide, Strang out of the shotgun again, single back. Snap is back. Strang scanning the field. He's going to roll out to his right.
He's got some time. Waved him down the field.
Plenty of green in front of him. Fakes the throw.
Oh, nice.
Stays in bounds just long enough to avoid a hit from a Raptor defender. We'll see where they mark it because it looked like he tiptoed along the sideline there. It's going to be a first down.
You got to worry a little bit about that with the quarterback. Taking a chance like that, going out there and getting hit, you know.
He's a big kid.
He is, but he's playing hard. He wants to play to the end of the game, but you're also thinking we've got some, you know, another game to be played here. This isn't the last one we've got.
Strang, quick pass out.
Big hit right there.
Hit immediately by number 7 on the
I believe that's Anderson.
Raptor defense. Matt Anderson come
Yeah.
up. Big hit.
He's the possible Mr. Football. I haven't heard anything about where he might be going. I'm not sure if he is, but there's a good chance he's going to be playing at the next level somewhere.
He was going in the backfield on that play.
Yeah, he was one direction.
Second and 10 here for Strang and the Bruin offense. 4 wide here. Single back. Not a whole lot of room to throw the ball for Strang.
We're down to about 6 minutes.
Scanning the field again, rolling around.
A lot of pressure.
Looking. Just nothing
Good
there.
decision.
Throws it away.
You don't mind seeing that. No reason to risk getting an injury or a fumble or an interception, so just be smart.
Got an official's timeout. Really not sure what's the hold up here. Unless the Bruins called a timeout, but it looked like he was signaling for an
It looked like
timeout.
a ref timeout on that one. You know, sometimes I try to figure out what's going on with the refs, and it's just no use because I don't know why they or what we're too far away. We can't hear them, but I'm just so interested in to know what they're saying.
Well, the game stoppage is over.
There we go.
Brentwood back on offense. 6:04 left here in your fourth quarter, trailing the Raptors 34-6. Third down and about 10. 4 wide. Raptors show
Trying a
blitz.
little pressure, but they pulled back. They dropped back. Oh, nice effort on that play.
Little long down the middle is Strang. That's the furthest pass they've thrown downfield all night. But just a little out of the reach for the defender. Bruins are on to punt.
Now, will this change Ravenwood's strategy at all? I mean, the clock, there's only 6. How many? I can't see the clock, Coach.
5:59 left on the clock.
I mean, isn't this kind of a simple just run right, run left, and pick up a few first downs and game's over? Nobody gets hurt.
Punt is up. Another fair catch is caught. 30-yard line will be the Raptors. Well, 5:53. Coach, that 6-minute mark of this quarter took 3 business days.
It did. It was a lot quicker before that, but we had a ref timeout, and I don't know, it just slowed down. Who we got out here?
Looks like we got Maverick Chance in at quarterback.
Well, he has had one heck of a night tonight. Out of the Battle of the Wood, he would be the MVP at this point.
I would concur. Again, it's just going to be a design quarterback run.
Simple. Just going to let that clock run.
Raptors just letting the clock run now.
Well, going into the postseason, both teams are in good places, but Ravenwood has to feel good about themselves with beating a solid. He just broke it away right there.
20. So Caden Pace, good, strong run there. Gets about 15 on the play. It's going to move the chains, but more importantly, move the clock. As he's tackled inbounds, just under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
Either team is wanting to stop the clock at this point.
Deep goes Maverick Chance again, just off the fingertips of his receiver.
He just threw that ball 50 yards on his back foot.
It is impressive.
It is impressive. But it's obvious Ravenwood has no problem keeping the offensive gas going. You know what I mean? They are not going to stop no matter what the score is, no matter how much time's left. They're going to run their plays that they want to run.
Well, and I think at this point they're just having fun.
Yeah.
Quick pass out to the sideline. Number 10 makes a few people miss. Peterson, he's going to have a gain of gain of 10 on the play.
Yeah.
First down. First and 10, ball on the 32. Clock stops because play was out of bounds. 3 wide. Chance in at quarterback. Handoff goes to number 6. Looking for some room inside.
Big chunks of yards. Brentwood is looking obviously a little tired. You know, I mean, they know the game's over. But Ravenwood's been able to do pretty much whatever they want to do in the second half.
Well, they're hurting their average because they did score 3 touchdowns on 5 plays, and so their batting average has gone down a little bit. Babalola messed it up with his interception when he got hit. He messed up the batting average there.
I think on a game like this against your rival, you're going to be okay with how this thing turned out.
Maverick Chance on the keeper.
Good tackle.
It's going to be tackled inbounds, close to a first. Looks to be a little bit short. It's going to be 3rd and about 1. Clock continues to run. About 3.5 here to go in the 4th quarter. Raptors up 34-6 over in-town rival Brentwood.
They are taking their time, which is good.
Slow moving.
No reason to be in a hurry in a game like this.
That's right. Chance on the keeper.
Yeah, he is
Turns
quick.
the corner. He had 1 man to beat, and that would have been 6. Down at the 10-yard line.
So we're under 3 minutes, and obviously, like we said, they're in no hurry. They're going to take the time. If they score, great. If they don't, great. But Maverick Chance has got to be exhausted.
He's going to want to go home and take a hot shower for sure. Ooh, good spin move there by number 6.
Yeah. Did not go anywhere, but it looked good.
2.5 showing on the clock here in the 4th quarter. In a game that was decided about midway through the 3rd quarter. Three wide for the Raptors, man in motion. Chance scans the field, throws it on the
nice catch.
inside.
Good hands by 17.
Big 1-7 on the inside.
Drew Parker, tight end senior, 6'4". He used all that height to get up and get that ball. Really good hands.
3rd and about 3. They can get a first down and not a touchdown here. We're about 3 snaps away from the end of the ball game. Chance still in at quarterback. Handoff to number 6.
There it is.
He's going to go.
He did not get in. No, good pushback by Brentwood.
First down, but not a touchdown.
Yep. You know, that's one of those plays you can go back and show your players and say, listen, we were down by a lot of points. We could have just literally just ole and let him in the end zone, but you pushed back and you kept playing, and that's what we want. It's going to give him a little bit of pat on the back because of the extra push they had.
$50 in at quarterback. Lucas McCollum, defensive line.
I was going to say, he is not a quarterback.
Senior. Just lined up at quarterback. Now, like I said, Clarke, they're just having fun at this point.
And rightfully so. They deserve it. They're the better team tonight.
So we should be on a running clock here, but the clock is not running. 40-6 is your new score.
You know, if you watch this through the first half and then went out to dinner, you would never expected this, because it looked like it was going to be a decently defensive game, but Ravenwood's offense is just too good.
Well, and Bruin just outscored 28-3 in the second half.
Yeah. And it was not that Brentwood was doing anything wrong. They had a couple good drives, you know, the clock, but they just gave up the defense, gave up the long ball and the quick shots, and you can't do that with the kind of offense they have.
Well, barring anything miraculous here, your final score is going to be 41-6, just under a minute to play, 56 seconds. Number 50 there for the Raptors will remember that play for the rest of his life. His grandkids will be hearing about that one for sure.
He's still getting a bunch of pat on the backs, a bunch of attaboys, looking up into the stands.
See if they go after 13 again here, which is kind of
yeah.
He's gonna feel